Have you noticed that climbing stairs leaves you more breathless than it used to? Maybe you find yourself avoiding that second flight to the bedroom. Or perhaps you've started holding the handrail just a little tighter when you go up or down. If you're over 60, you might have also noticed that your balance isn't quite what it was. Maybe you feel a bit unsteady when you stand up quickly, or you've had that moment of uncertainty stepping off a curb. And let's be honest about something else. When you look in the mirror, do you see that your posture has changed? Maybe your shoulders are a bit more rounded, or you don't stand quite as tall as you remember. You're not alone in this, and more importantly, you're not imagining these changes. What you're experiencing has a name, and understanding it is the first step to doing something about it. The root cause behind many of these daily struggles is something called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that begins around age 30 and accelerates after 60. Here's what's happening. Every decade after 30, we lose about 3 to 8% of our muscle mass. But after 60, that loss can speed up to 1 to 2% every single year. Now, here's a statistic that might surprise you. While walking is often called the perfect exercise for seniors, and don't get me wrong, it's wonderful research published in the Journal of Aging Research shows that walking alone doesn't build the type of strength we need most as we age. Walking primarily works our cardiovascular system, which is fantastic, but it doesn't challenge our muscles in the way that prevents that muscle loss I just mentioned. In fact, a groundbreaking study from Harvard Medical School followed over 1,600 adults over age 65 for 4 years. What they found was remarkable. Those who incorporated specific strength-building exercises into their routine, beyond just walking, had a 46% lower risk of developing mobility limitations. They were stronger, more independent, and yes, they lived longer, more vibrant lives. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 specific exercises that research shows are more effective than walking alone for building the strength and resilience you need after 60. We'll count them down from number 5 to number 1, saving the most powerful, game-changing exercise for last. Each of these exercises targets the exact areas where we lose strength first as we age, and the best part, you can do all of them at home with minimal or no equipment. I'll show you exactly how to perform each one safely, how to modify them for your current fitness level, and how to progress as you get stronger. Before we dive in, I have a question for you. What's the one daily activity you've noticed has become more challenging lately? Is it getting up from a low chair, carrying groceries, climbing stairs? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one, and your experiences help me create better content for our community. And if you're finding this helpful already, please hit that like button. It really helps more people over 60 discover this information. Make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell, because I share new research-backed health strategies for active aging every week. Now, let's get to those 5 exercises that can transform your strength and longevity after 60. Exercise number 5, wall push-ups. Starting at number 5, we have wall push-ups. I call this the gentle giant because it looks deceivingly simple, but it's actually working multiple muscle groups that walking simply can't touch. Here's what's happening in your body when you do wall push-ups. You're strengthening your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core all at the same time. But more importantly for seniors, you're working what's called your functional pushing strength. The exact type of strength you need to push yourself up from bed, get out of a bathtub, or even push a heavy door open. A study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that seniors who performed pushing exercises just twice a week for 12 weeks increased their upper body strength by 32%. That's significant functional improvement in just 3 months. Here's how to do wall push-ups safely. Stand about arm's length from a wall. Place your palms flat against the wall at shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Keep your body straight from head to heels. Don't let your hips sag. Now, lean in toward the wall by bending your elbows, then push back to the starting position. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions and aim for 2 sets. If this feels too easy, you can step further back from the wall to increase the challenge. If it's too difficult, step closer to the wall. The beauty of wall push-ups is that you control the intensity simply by adjusting your distance. Pro tip for seniors: focus on the controlled movement, both pushing in and pushing out. This builds strength through the full range of motion and improves your stability. Wall push-ups are your foundation exercise, but wait until you see what number 4 can do for your balance and bone strength. Exercise number 4, modified squats. At number 4, we have modified squats, and I call this one the lifesaver, because mastering this movement literally saves your independence as you age. Think about it. Every time you get up from a chair, get out of your car, or stand up from the toilet, you're doing a squat. But here's what most people don't realize: walking doesn't train this crucial movement pattern at all. When you walk, you're moving forward, but when you squat, you're moving up and down against gravity, which builds completely different muscle fibers. Modified squats target your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and core, the exact muscles responsible for getting you up and down throughout your day. Research from the American College of Sports Medicine shows that seniors who can perform 10 chair-assisted squats have a 70% lower risk of falls compared to those who cannot. Here's your safe starting method. Stand in front of a sturdy chair with your feet shoulder-width apart. Cross your arms over your chest or hold them out in front for balance. Slowly lower yourself as if you're going to sit in the chair, but stop just before your bottom touches the seat. Hold for 1 second, then stand back up using your leg muscles, not your arms. Start with 5 to 8 repetitions. If this is challenging, it's perfectly fine to actually sit down and stand back up. That's still building strength. As you get stronger, you can lower yourself further before standing back up, or even hold light weights. The key is controlled movement. Take 2 to 3 seconds to lower down, pause, then 2 to 3 seconds to stand back up. This controlled tempo is what builds real functional strength. Modified squats will transform how confidently you move through your day. But our number 3 exercise addresses something even more crucial for seniors. Exercise number 3, heel-to-toe walking. Coming in at number 3 is heel-to-toe walking, the stability master. And this might be the most underestimated exercise on our entire list. Here's why this matters so much after 60. While regular walking is excellent for your heart and general fitness, it doesn't challenge your balance system. But heel-to-toe walking, this trains your proprioception. That's your body's ability to know where it is in space. This is absolutely critical because falls are the leading cause of injury-related death in adults over 65. When you perform heel-to-toe walking, you're strengthening your core stabilizer muscles, improving your ankle stability, and training your brain to better coordinate balance. A study in the New England Journal of Medicine followed 1,600 seniors and found that those who practiced balance exercises like heel-to-toe walking reduce their fall risk by an astounding 37%. Here's how to do it safely. Start by standing next to a wall or sturdy counter for support. Place your right foot directly in front of your left foot, so the heel of your right foot touches the toes of your left foot. Take a step forward, placing your left heel directly in front of your right toes. Continue for 10 to 15 steps. For beginners, keep one hand lightly touching the wall for support. As you improve, try to rely less on the wall. Advanced practitioners can try it without any support, or even with their eyes closed, but only when they've mastered the basic version. The magic happens when you practice this consistently. Your brain literally rewires itself to improve balance, and those stabilizing muscles in your ankles, hips, and core become stronger and more responsive. Here's a practical tip. Practice heel-to-toe walking for just 2 minutes every morning. Many of my viewers tell me they do it while their coffee is brewing. It's that simple to fit into your routine. Heel-to-toe walking builds the stability that keeps you confident on uneven sidewalks and prevents those heart-stopping moments when you feel unsteady. But wait until you see exercises number 2 and number 1. They target the muscle groups that research shows are most critical for longevity after 60. At number 2, we have single leg stands, and I call this the independence keeper, because this one exercise predicts your future mobility better than almost any other test. Here's something that might shock you. If you can't stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds, research shows you have double the risk of death within the next 10 years. That study, published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine, followed over 1,700 people aged 51 to 75 for 7 years. The results were clear. Single-leg balance is a powerful predictor of longevity. But here's the good news. This isn't a life sentence. Single-leg stands train what researchers call unilateral stability, your ability to control your body when all your weight is on one leg. This happens constantly throughout your day, every step you take, every time you reach for something while standing, every time you step into or out of a bathtub. When you practice single-leg stands, you're strengthening your hip stabilizers, ankle muscles, and deep core muscles that walking alone simply doesn't activate. These are the exact muscles that prevent you from falling when you step on an uneven surface or when someone accidentally bumps into you. Here's how to do it safely. Stand next to a sturdy chair or counter. Start by lifting one foot just slightly off the ground, even an inch counts. Hold this position for as long as you comfortably can, up to 30 seconds. Keep your standing leg slightly bent, not locked straight. If you can only hold it for 2 or 3 seconds, that's perfectly fine. That's your starting point. Use the chair for light support with your fingertips if needed. The goal is to gradually reduce how much you rely on that support. Practice this daily, alternating legs. Most people see improvement within just 2 weeks. I have viewers in their 80s who started barely able to balance for 5 seconds and now can stand on one leg for 45 seconds or more. Pro tip: practice this while brushing your teeth or waiting for the microwave. It makes it easy to remember and creates a daily habit. Single-leg stands will transform your confidence in movement, but our number 1 exercise. This is the game changer that addresses the biggest threat to healthy aging. And here we are at number 1, step-ups, which I call the longevity champion. And once you understand why, you'll see this isn't just an exercise, it's an investment in your future independence. Step-ups are the ultimate compound movement for seniors because they combine three critical elements that walking alone cannot provide. They build leg strength, improve balance, and train power. That's your ability to generate force quickly. Power is what you need to catch yourself if you trip, to step up onto a curb confidently, or to climb stairs without getting winded. Here's the research that will amaze you. A landmark study from the University of Pittsburgh followed 3,000 adults over 70 for over 6 years. They found that leg power, not just strength, but power, was the strongest predictor of who maintained their independence as they aged. Those with the highest leg power were 85% less likely to develop mobility limitations. But here's what makes step-ups so special. They train both legs differently in the same exercise. Your stepping leg builds power and strength, while your supporting leg builds stability and balance. This mirrors real life. When you climb stairs, one leg is always working harder than the other. Step-ups target your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, calves, and core, while also improving your coordination and confidence with elevation changes. This translates directly to easier stair climbing, stepping onto curbs, getting in and out of high vehicles, and navigating uneven terrain. Here's how to start safely. Use the bottom step of your stairs, or if you don't have stairs, a sturdy step stool or platform about 6 to 8 inches high. Hold onto the handrail or wall for support. Step up with your right foot, placing your entire foot on the step. Push through your heel to lift your body up, bringing your left foot to meet your right foot on the step. Then step back down, leading with the same foot that stepped up first. Start with 5 step-ups on each leg. Focus on controlled movement. Take your time stepping up and stepping down. As you get stronger, you can use a higher step or reduce how much you rely on the handrail. The key is consistency. Even 10 step-ups per leg, 3 times a week, will build the power that keeps you moving confidently through your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Advanced tip: once you've mastered basic step-ups, try pausing for 2 seconds at the top of each step-up before stepping back down. This builds even more strength and control. Now, I want you to remember something important. Those daily challenges you might be experiencing, the breathlessness on stairs, the unsteady moments, the difficulty getting up from low chairs, these aren't inevitable parts of aging. They're signals that your body is asking for the right kind of movement. Walking is wonderful, and I encourage you to keep walking. But as we've seen today, these 5 exercises address the specific types of strength and stability that walking alone cannot provide. Wall push-ups build your functional upper body strength. Modified squats train the movement you use dozens of times every day. Heel-to-toe walking sharpens your balance and prevents falls. Single-leg stands predict and protect your future mobility. And step-ups, our longevity champion, build the power that keeps you independent and confident. The beautiful thing about all these exercises is that you can start exactly where you are right now. Whether you can barely hold a single leg stand for 3 seconds or you're ready to tackle step-ups without handrail support, there's a starting point for you. Here's my question for you. Which of these 5 exercises resonates most with a challenge you're facing in your daily life? Is it the step-ups for stair climbing, the single leg stands for balance, or maybe the modified squats for getting up from chairs more easily? Let me know in the comments. I read every one and often create follow-up videos based on your feedback. And if you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps other people over 60 discover these life-changing exercises. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. Remember, it's never too late to get stronger. Your future self will thank you for every step up, every wall push-up, and every moment you spend investing in your strength and independence. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, keep moving forward.